Make it back. Would you get back to J. Tom?
What's the status over here?
Basically done.
I came up and looked at the agenda this afternoon. There's like 3 or 4 trucks in here.
Yeah, he's doing a little punch list deals. They're gonna do a little spot painting. One deal we had was, which has already been fixed, is it took 15 pounds to open the door, and it can only take 5 pounds. Just little things. I think.
That should be adjusting the door closer.
Yeah. Well, we've already corrected it. We actually had to move it over.
Get it a little more structural.
Yeah. But everything else is.
So when do they expect to give you the stamp?
We did that Friday.
And you got it?
Yeah, it was done Friday. So COC was done over the mayor's day. So that puts us what, a week ahead? But there's still some little touch-up things.
As long as you got them on your hair, that's
yeah. One, you know how we have 2 handicap signs?
Yeah.
One of them has to say van accessible. That sign will be in Thursday. So.
I used to have to do a lot of stuff with NDAs.
It's been a learning experience. You know, my sister requires it, but it's been a learning experience this time around. What else? I'm on my way to Birdville.
See your brother.
You're working this week. About the VFW stuff? About being VFW or? No, he said something about a free meal or something. That's what it is. Yeah. We're going to do this tomorrow. Not to that. We got to be at the VFW by 9, and I guess we're going to go to we'll see you around.
Maybe not this week.
Yeah, that's weird. Right there, check out food. Sit in the phone.
Just turn it around.
No. I gotta get it signed there. I haven't filled it out, I just threw it in the inbox.
Oh, okay.
When you get it done. Video ain't cash. You ain't cash. Just because you got the check, don't mean they paid you. Alright, I'm going the other way. Yeah. Judge took him in there and fired him and steal him. He just got paid. Just sign over her. Just sign over her. I got one too this weekend. Oh, just seen him go.
I waited right before I left.
I got one day out. Something to cut that with. What button them be doing? On the road at once in a while. Yeah, I see them on the road at once in a while. They don't ever come by me. How you doing today? Pretty good. No, I have one or two licenses. I'll put mid-6. Ice cream and cigarettes, or anything sweet in cigarettes. Famine, 2 or 3 days, and I'll do that. 2 or 3 days, and I'll call it. Everybody with the bird bed is really good. No, I got one. That Lakeway, Smithy out here. Call them in. Call them if you catch them. Oh, call them. We'll go down there. We'll go on that road down there. We have one down there about the dam today. No, I don't care. One of those at the table. We'll just go warm and tell them. Whatever. We had a big one down there and Friday night was ball game. Oh, believe it or not, that was an agricultural burn that the judge approved. That was huge.
Where was it at?
It was huge. It scared Pointer and all them. Pointer jumped out. Nathan and Elmwood jumped out and was on there. Baxter was out. They were all looking for it. They could see what they just knew. Yeah, that was
That south of
agricultural burn. And the judge approved it. Just around it.
Where was that at?
The middle.
Hey, Chris.
Okay,
What was that at?
6:06.
Some.
Scott, meeting to order. Roll call in.
Mayor Tony Moore,
Him here.
Mayor Pro Tem John Graham.
Here.
Council members Darlene Jordan.
Here.
Pam Drost.
Here.
Lee Ferris.
Here.
And Mike Aubuchon.
Okay, I declare we have a quorum. Let's start with the meeting. Number 3, minutes from the last meeting. Fire chief. And this is dissertation for today.
Yeah.
Okay. He's not gonna double up? Hey, Steve. Would you? So then, please make a copy of that and give us a little trouble over there with the baseball hat on. Sure. That's their proposal. I can't touch it, you take care of it. You see that again Wednesday. Y'all meet Wednesday, right? Wednesday.
Yes.
So you got advance notice.
So we have that rest of that money, or the 24, 525, that staffing?
They've already paid it.
Already?
Yeah.
The last payment,
You talking about EDB?
Yeah, on 6, community center.
You talking about EDB's part? Yeah.
yeah, we've already, he is already paid.
They've already paid.
So, I mean, no, what I'm asking is, do we have some money from the balance?
Yeah, yeah.
I make a motion to accept this,
I second the motion.
The motion is second that we accept the minutes for the last communication. Any other questions, all in favor? Majority of the same?
Here.
Okay. 4-1 no. 4-1 abstaining. All right, next thing, what we at? I think the check ready. Here we go.
yeah, check it.
Okay, check ready for the month of August.
Number 10. Brick House Security. Cell phone is fine.
Will leave, that was for the police department, and they're sending that back because apparently it's not working correctly.
Okay.
What is it for?
You know, I really don't know, something for the cell phone, I believe.
Or some kind of virus type, something that says cell phone is fine.
Could be an encoding.
And 12.
12 were for checks and deposit slips, ordering from the deluxe business.
$180 for checks. Wow. And 40, can somebody explain to me what that was about?
40, that was for Jackie to come out.
I got this.
Okay.
Jackie Peck, we had a castrotomy catastrophe. Somebody dropped off a pregnant cat over there, and then they still multiply, so I told them, come get them all.
Our room is check register. Is it a possibility maybe next month we can have a kind of checks and balance from year to date compared to year to date last year?
Was there a page 2 to the check register?
On the back. Inside.
Is it possible, next month, we have like a checks and balances or a year to date in and out compared to this time last year, since we're not.
We'll just make a comparison.
Yeah, we're supposed to do a bi-monthly budget, because we haven't yet.
Yeah, okay.
And I want to see if we're still gonna be falling at $24,000 short.
Okay, we can do that.
Looks good to me, unless somebody's got any questions, I'll make a motion to accept it.
I have some more questions if you're done.
I got one more, 44.
44.
44?
I got this,
Okay.
Labor Day, I took my staff to lunch. And gave my half a day off.
Was that the budget?
Yeah.
Remember entertainment being in the budget?
I don't believe it was. Please.
Fire me.
I'm just making a statement.
And I gave my half day off. We call those beef fajitas. Rock.
I have a question on number 19. Was that for the pump
Yes, it
for the
was.
fire department?
Yes.
I got this.
And number 28 to Schaumburg and Polk is, what was that for?
That was for the community center.
Right, but I mean, did that not come out of community center money or why?
That was
What was it for?
a part that we had to pay.
Was it like a matching fund or something, or what?
I believe so,
Which one you on there?
pardon,
28.
28 to Schaumburg and Polk for the community center.
They actually, through all their good gracious, said that we shorted them that money. You know, you hire the administrator to do this, you hire an engineer to do this, but some kind of way we still owe money. Now, that's just like the $400 you'll see next month. We had to pay the inspector to inspect. Can you imagine that? You'll see it next month.
Is that not in on that?
Awesome.
$40,000?
We haven't paid that yet. I'll get to that. That's in the bank. We all made our last payment yet. We made a partial payment.
Well, what I was asking was, that wasn't in the $40-something thousand that we agreed to spend to finish it up?
No?
That was in something previously that you
Yeah.
worked on.
That's like we got $1,400. Well, I know, see, we got like $1,400 in limbo right now. Once we sit in the paperwork, we're supposed to get that back, quote unquote. We had to complete the contract, completely pay it, and that is still in the grant. If you understand what I'm saying. The 14 is still in the grant, but we had to close it out by paying it ourselves.
On the utility franchise fee deposits, is that an annual deposit or how often do we get that fee?
I do believe it's annually. What number are you looking at?
It's 8 and 9.
Yes, and both of those are
And
from,
37 also.
those are from Allied Waste, that number 8 and 9. And what did you say, Lee? I'm sorry?
What's the 37 deposit, utility franchise fee?
From Century Link.
Okay.
They reissued, on that one, they reissued a check from 4/30 of '09. Apparently that check never had cleared or whatever, and so they reissued
That's for
it.
the transmission lines coming to the city, is that what that is?
It's a franchise fee.
Yeah.
We don't get that from the electric company, though, do they? We do, we get one?
Yeah.
I didn't
For
know
the-
if you
yeah,
could do
that's
that
true.
from the co-op. Okay, good. Yeah, it sounds
We got a
good.
pretty decent one from them.
Get that truck there to the road and have it made.
I had a question about number 38 and 39. Is that covered under the judge's money, education money?
I don't believe so.
Is that court or city?
That seminar?
Is that court or city expense?
That's a city expense. She had to go to a school every year to be certified. There's nowhere around it.
Certified
To
for,
be an associate judge.
well, that's
But
judge. That's court then.
No, it's not.
Well-
It's called under the city.
Judge, isn't that, to where the court expenses cover actually like, could cover police cars and stuff like that? Does it cover actually
The city's part y'all can do with whatever the council sees fit. The only thing the courts oversees is the technology, courthouse security, and the consolidated court costs.
that's all they pay for? Yeah, I thought there was a division line there.
Thank you.
Do you understand that, Mr. Jordan? There's only a certain amount of things that the court can pay for?
I make a motion to approve check register.
I'll second it.
Then motion second, we approve check reading the rest. Any other questions? Question, all in favor? Okay. 4 and 1 no. Oh, well, not no, one, I guess you didn't vote. Whatever. All right, let's go down to the grid. Notice of hearing the Coffee City Community Center. All right, council members. This is what I need to know, and I'm going to explain it the best I can. I need you here, if at all possible, next Monday, so we can have a special meeting to conclude all business with the community center. What we have to do, and I just found this out last Friday, we have to hold hearings on the building. In other words, it's like a, not really an open forum, but similar to an open forum. If anybody want to come here and say something good about the building, they want to say something bad about the building, we have to record it, we have to send it to Austin. What I need to know is, can at least 3 of you be here next Monday, so this will be the final thing for the building. It's open. Can I get at least 3 of y'all here?
What time of day?
You can't make it?
I'll be working till 7 o'clock.
Yeah, we can do it at 7. I mean,
I'm working until 7 o'clock.
yeah, John already told me you'll be in Colorado. What about you? I mean, we can wait till the next city council meeting, but I'm telling you, it will hamper that meeting. If you're trying to have an open forum in the middle of a meeting, that means we'll be in here. But I mean, we can wait. We've got 60 days.
Why don't you designate it for that purpose?
I'm trying to designate one for next Monday now.
How about
No, I'm
Tuesday?
saying designate it for that purpose and no one gets to talk about anything.
No, they have to be talked about. They got
You
to.
want to do it Tuesday?
How about Tuesday?
Yeah, but I'm talking about the community center, Mayor, not other rapping on.
I'm working.
Right, I'm saying if we designate a meeting just for that, don't try to run it in with our regular meeting. See what I'm saying?
How about Tuesday,
How
Mike?
about Tuesdays? Tuesday work for you? Fall Tuesday?
Sure, what time?
Can you please put this in the newspaper. It hasn't been in the newspaper, what, 72 hours? Everything's on the timeline. Hopefully we can do that. We can meet. It'll be in there for 72 hours. And Miss Inez, you can have the building that Saturday if everything goes right, okay?
I'm okay.
If everything goes right. That's the stain in it. I'll talk to you offline about that.
The 18th at 6 p.m.
Okay, can you make it?
At what time?
Tuesday at 6.
Okay.
All right, Andrew, we got a meeting Tuesday at 6 to, for the hearings for the community. So thank you. I appreciate you going out of your way to
We
do
can have
it.
it earlier if it's.
I'm retired.
No, not early.
Okay, 6.
Later would be better for me, but 6.
Okay. The 18th at 6 o'clock, we will have a meeting for the hearing for the community center. Right.
What is that about? I mean, a hearing, just any comment?
Anybody want to come up and make a comment? It's like an open forum.
Just want to do it, has to be done because
It's a federal
Right,
requirement,
right,
whatever.
right.
requirement
This is
they
the
have.
last thing we have to do.
Can we hold it to like 2 minutes per person?
Sure.
So we don't.
I'll stay in a minute.
That's fine.
You went for 2. Yeah, we can do that. But we have to do it as a formality, and then that's it. And we go on to bigger and better things. All right, sound like one. All right, let's go to number 6. Grand opening of CCCC. And I bet you can't guess what that CCCC stand for. I bet you guess what it don't stand for. Coffee City Community Center. I asked y'all for they help me out with some names. Nobody got back with me about the name. I named it Coffee City Community Center.
I thought we
I
was
know,
gonna do
that was
that
gonna be
today.
at a meeting.
Well, did I do it wrong? Am I wrong? If I'm wrong, tell me.
I thought you told me we were going to discuss the rental agreement and the name.
We're going to do the rental agreement today.
And the name.
Okay, we'll scratch that. We'll do, okay.
I'm fine with the name though.
I am too.
Okay.
I'm just making a point, that's all.
Okay, point taken. You got a problem with it?
No, sounds good to me.
Coffee City Community Center, that's the name. Thank y'all. Motion carried.
Really, I thought we should have called it the Mower Center because you and Chris.
Don't you, they'll burn it down.
Be more and more.
They burn it down.
Are y'all happy with that name? This is a community center. I'm not trying to.
Coffee City, yeah, that's perfect.
How about
If you call it more and more, then it's just
How about
like
Fort
Mayor said.
Latte? Fort Latte. Fort Latte.
Coffee City Community Center, leave it alone. All right, thank you. I appreciate it. I wish we could have been in this kind of harmony 2 years ago.
Hey, Mayor,
Yes,
backing up just one notch.
okay.
At this notice of hearing, people not sign up and ask if we could name it something different? Can we accept it at that time, or would that be?
We just named it.
Okay.
Done.
Just asking
Okay.
questions.
Thank you. All right, next thing, name the CCC building administrator. I've got together with Lee, who's kind of heading up the rental agreement thing, and the fire chief will be the administrator. Since we don't have the office over there built, the fire chief is here more than anybody else all times, the day and night. So he will be the administrator, i.e. if you rent the building, he will come in that next day and look at it, make sure you cleaned up, you did this, you did that. If you didn't, you will have to pay him what y'all come with $35 a trip.
$35 if he gets called up to the facility while somebody has it rented.
Yeah. But we'll get into that with the rental for you. You can go with that. But you know, the fire department, you can't beat him. He's here all the time anyway. Spends more time here than he does at home. So he will be the building administrator. All right, the next part will be number 8. Consider an act upon community center rental agreement. Lee, I'll let you run with that.
First off, I'd like to thank the secretary for taking a menagerie of paperwork and highlight items and putting this form together. I did the best I could about trying to make sure the city was covered on, you know, you can't put in a contract everything that could possibly ever come up. But I tried to put together things from 3 different ones of different things I liked. Like I said, make sure the city's covered. When somebody rents a facility, the regulations they need to follow, the rules, requirements, when they can pick up keys, deposits, things of that nature. And what we came up with is this is 1 sheet front and back, and 1 sheet is just front. I feel like this sheet that's just front can be a handout to people. Gives them the prices, the time that it can be rented, and so on and so forth. And the front and back would be the actual one that you would be signing initially. Of course, a copy would be made of, one for the city and one for the person renting the facility. We came up with a $300 deposit for people living outside the city limits, a $250 deposit for people living in the city limits, and a rental fee of $35 an hour with a 4-hour minimum. If there's alcohol involved, then there's a requirement for a police officer or a constable or somebody of that nature, peace officer, to be there. Also, if there's a party where there's going to be minors there, there's a requirement for a certain amount of adults per junior or per minor. And this is open to be amended as time goes by. People see something that we may have left out. I think for a starter, I think we did a pretty good job covering everything. And I'd like to ask the city council what their thoughts are on it. If they are okay with it.
Well, I have a question.
Okay.
Now, this is the actual agreement here, the agreement for the rental.
Front and back.
Well, now, you said that it's $35 an hour per event, 4-hour minimum.
Yes, sir.
But you also have that for the amount paid to the police officers. Is that what that's saying here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in other words,
The reason
well, I think that's good, but you're talking $70 an hour minimum, plus the deposit if they don't clean up.
correct, but you're talking a $300,000 building too, that's brand new.
You know
I want
me
to
on that.
make sure that people aren't, what we're trying to do is, this isn't like renting this facility here that's, 20, 30 years old, be my guess. It's one thing if, like I said, I'm just trying to make sure the city's covered. It's an awfully nice building. We want our city to be proud, we want our citizens to be proud that we have to maintain and keep up a nice facility.
But not every event will require police showing up.
And that says, in bold letter was the very first one, police officers are required for security for most events. Most events you feel like are going to be calm and collect, but, there are the occasions where you feel like an officer may need to be there.
That's in this contract for $35 an hour rental, that's in there, okay. Yeah. like you did a lot of work.
One thing we may need to change, under terms and conditions on the actual signature page, we do not put on there the in the city limits and out of city limits. We still have a deposit of 300, so we need to add in the in city limits is 250 on that part.
You just put it in that list here, that we would stick it.
The other thing I would like to add in, no, it's on the back, I'm sorry. That's really the only thing I can see that needs to be changed.
It's just put the issue of the deposit.
Right, deposit being different if you live inside the city.
So you would just put that in that first area up near the top. Okay.
Now, one thing I did put down here, further down, it says any return of my deposit will be made within 45 days after the event. The reason I made it 45 days, in this contract, it states if there are damages, the city council will have to meet and decide how, if they're going to get their deposit back or where it goes from there. And that's why I made it 45 days instead of 30, depending on what day of the month it fell on.
So, in other words, on this second page here.
And then that said it'd be held up to, not saying that every time it's held up to 45 days.
So, in other words, I like the way you wrote up this cleanup and damages here because, I mean, they're actually putting it back like it was when they stepped in the door.
That's what
I mean, we're talking toilets, sinks, floor, everything,
I'm
right?
trying to make sure the city is not responsible, or not going to have to pay somebody to come in and clean up that. And that's why I made the deposit tonight is, especially talking to Chris Moore about their facility. He said when it was $50, people could come in and they would just pollute the place and leave it. But when they made it 300,
Yeah.
you know, that's an awful lot of money.
Well, I'll bet.
Yes, you are. About the VFW stuff? About being VFW or?
I told mom and them that they wanted to do it tonight.
He said something about a free meal or something. That's what that is. Yeah. We're gonna be able to do it all month and we gotta be at the VFW by 9, and I guess we're gonna go to we'll see you around.
Maybe not this week, next week.
Looks like everything, there's like 3 or 4 trucks in there.
Yeah, he's doing a little punch list deal. They're gonna do a little spot painting. One deal we had was, which has already been fixed, is it took 15 pounds to open the door and it can only take 5 pounds. Just little things. I think,
That should be adjusting the door closer.
yeah, well, we've already corrected it. We actually had to move it over.
Get it a little more structural.
Yeah. But everything else is,
So when do they expect
as
you
far
to
as,
stamp?
we did it, you know, my sister requires it. But it's been a learning experience this time around. What else? I'm on my way to Birdville. Birdville.
See your brother.
You're working this meeting.
About that for
In case I don't make it back, would you give me the J-Tom?
What's the status over here?
Basically done.
I know, I came up to look at the agenda.
Friday.
And you got it?
Yeah, it was done Friday. So, COC was done over the mayor's day. So that puts us, what, a week ahead? But there's still some little touch-up things to do.
As long as you got them on your hair, that's
Yeah. One, you know how we have 2 handicap signs?
yeah.
One of them has to say van accessible. That sign will be in Thursday. So,
I used to have to do a lot of stuff with the DA, so.
It's been a learning experience.